Greetings and salutations. This is Nathan, your nature navigator. I'm here right off of Route 9L. You go off of Pilot Knob Road to access the Pilot Knob Gazebo trailhead. It's also known as the Lynn La Montagne Schuman Preserve at Pilot Knob. It's part of the Lake George Land Conservancy lands, so you can check out their website as well. You can see there's interpretive signs, they've got brochures, everything you need to know right at the trailhead. I'm going to flip you around, show you the parking lot, and then we're going to head on up the trail. So follow me along as we go up to the gazebo off of Pilot Knob Road. So yeah, you can see there's an upper parking area as well as down here lower parking area. Sometimes in the winter they will actually close off this upper parking area dependent on ice and snow conditions, but it's right off the road. It's easy enough to find. So we're gonna head on up the trail now after we sign in, and we'll enjoy the view from up there when we get there. All right, I've signed in, so we're gonna start heading up the trail, and we see that immediately we've got an interpretive sign. Lake George Land Conservancy is very good about educating the public, so education is part of the protection process. So we're gonna read about that, and you can read about that as well as we continue on up the trail. All right, continuing along the trail, you can see some good trail work has been done here. We've got these stone steps. We'll continue to encounter those along the way. This is the orange trail we are following, so it's easy enough to follow the trail, well defined and established. You can see just off the trail there is private land adjacent to this land. So again, just respect the owners around the area and keep to the trail. Crows are quite aware that I'm here. Here you see some cool, unique things in nature. Tree growing out of a tree. Really just the same entity in conjunction with the mycelium in the ground. I've got another interpretive sign talking about nightlife at the preserve. The different things that one could observe once the light starts to wane here in the forest, as it is starting to do, hiking up here for sunset. I always found this section to be nice if you need to take a little break, sip on some water, take in the nice grasses and ferns. In the wintertime you can already start to get a view, but that's a video for another day and another season. As I was taking my little bit of water after that uphill, I noticed there's another interpretive sign up here, so might as well mosey on up to it, see what it has to say. This one is about a rich and diverse hardwood forest home. Talks about the scarlet tanager, one of my favorite birds, bobcats, fishers, northern red oak, porcupines, and the Indian pipe. All right, onward and upward. As we hike along, sometimes you encounter a little bit of wildlife. Little woodland toad hopping along. We'll let him go about his business. Whew. All right, we're getting to this little spot here, nice and shaded. There's this rock that has a very nice flat top to it. I like to sit on. Take a little water break. This is the final push before we get to the gazebo itself. So I'm going to take that little water break before I head on. Alright, I said this is the final little push. You can see it does start to go up. Yet again, some stairs. Has its switchbacks a couple more times to the area I'm about to get up to. So you can see the switchbacks here. Goes up there, switchbacks again. You see the arrow on the tree. The marker signs directing us which way to go if it isn't obvious to you. With these stone steps, obviously, they're not exactly even. You just kind of get what you get when the trail crew comes through and builds them up out of what nature provides. So, all right. So that was a final little staircase we had to go up. We're gonna swing around this, and up there you see it starts to clear. That's where the gazebo is. Watch me teleport. Okay, you can see the trail has opened up into a clearing. Yeah, we're pretty much there now. In fact, you can see the gazebo right there. We just need to make one last little jaunt through this area and up that little spot right there. This is a nice area though to observe the wildflowers. A lot of goldenrod this year. Perfect for those bees in the late summer. All those pollinators, really. So yeah, we're gonna make this final little ascent together and get right on up to the gazebo. If you are liking this video, please remember to subscribe, as it's probably a little too late to continue on the trail down to the waterfall this evening, and I could definitely do a video about that. You can continue along this trail to a very pretty seasonal waterfall that runs, actually has a spring that runs out of it as well. So like the video if you do like it, and subscribe if you want to continue to get some more exploration with your nature navigator, Nathan. All right, some more wildflowers as we get on up here to the gazebo. All right, we've gotten up to the gazebo just in time for some sunset action. You can see some clouds are moving in from the west. It is predicted to rain most of tomorrow, but we're still getting a nice little bit of color there in the west. Down below us is Lake George. That mountain off to the right, that's Crane Mountain. That island is Long Island with the canoe islands behind it. And that's starting to look north up the lake. And this, what we're looking at right there is the actual Pilot Knob mountain. Again, this is just the gazebo at Pilot Knob, so not the actual summit of Pilot Knob. Plenty more of that goldenrod. All right, well, I'm gonna enjoy the view, meditate a little, pray a little. This is Nathan, your nature navigator, thanking you for coming along with me up to the Pilot Knob Gazebo. Just want to pause and give thanks for this day as the sun sets behind the mountains to the west. I'm thankful, grateful to be blessed, to be a blessing. All right, as I prepare to head down the trail, you can see it's gotten pretty dusky, so I've got my headlamp on. Don't need to use it yet, but when the time is right, I'll be prepared for it. Just remember, when you are hiking, you want to have your 10 essentials. Check out my website or other websites about the 10 essentials. It's really easy. You just want to pack those along in a small day pack. So yeah, and thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this little hike with me, and we'll see you on the next one. This is Nathan, your nature navigator, and I really appreciate you coming along.